because you said Mongols need to come out of the lanes ahead. Do they have the right heroes for that setup?
I favor IP a little more. I think their draft is simpler. I think Mongols is kind of cooking. Obviously, they have their own playstyle. I know they do kind of play this way. They have played this way all along. But I feel like IP have more room for error here.
Sure. And I mean, between a open qualifier team and an invited closed qualifier team, I think what we were a bit concerned about is the power level between Mongols and IEP. From the games that we've seen so far, Mongols seem to be the better team, but they've put themselves in a bit of a interesting situation. Like you said, this is the way they like to play. Charge at them like men. Very, very similar to Mongols as an organization in CS, if you guys follow that scene. It's just quite a prolific sort of type of play style. Aumku might just have to level that rage level 1. Already being body blocked up. Level 1's really strong here for IEP, especially if they can land their stuns like that. But Jet Baby's the one in trouble. Aumku won't actually drop for first blood. They will finally finish him off. But it's a DK who goes down first. Yona doesn't have another orb, tries to jaunt away. Over the cliff he goes. And JG, without any more fire spirits, will just get run down by DCMG. A couple of anchor smashes and one more brambles. But they'll toss him back into the tower with a nice little dispose. Castaway will go down to boot. IAP come out of that situation on top. Even though they do get the first blood, it's a net even trade-ish if you count the 3 kills that IAP got.
I think Bob's the big winner from there, right? We see him now 1.2k net worth. Has the bottle if he wants to buy. Can also go for stats. And I think it's going to change his lane pretty significantly because Puck early on is not the best laner. Of course, he's alright. Bob goes for the wand. And I feel like Bob, recently his performance has been... He's been pretty standout for me as a mid player in recent times.
Yeah. I think the big story with Bob, even on his time in Execration, is he always felt like one of those Feast of Famine players, right? If he gets off to a good start, if he has a nice game for himself, he can be a really a big difference maker. Oh, second Frost Blast. Just needs the vision. Jotun up to the high ground now. Kishka trying to dodge away. Jotun's just not gonna want to waste the resources. Kind of shows a bit of mercy there. Kishka has to sort of leave that Phoenix in the top lane all alone though. But yeah, back to Bob. It kind of feels like he's mellowed out a bit, right? He's stabilized. Still has yeah, exactly, stabilized. Has a lot more consistently good performances, I must say.
Okay, down here, Lifestealer Tide. I think Tide is... At some point, this Tide is going to be left alone and they can't really touch him. I think that's like
I'm not gonna lie.
Concern for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had lunch during the break, and I feel like if I watch this lane for more than 2 minutes, I will literally fall asleep on the spot. This is gonna be the most resident sleeper-ass lane you've ever seen in your life. Thank you, Observer, for getting us out of there, my goodness. I'm starting to yawn.
Alright, eyes on Phoenix for me. Will JG do what every other Phoenix has failed to do so far? Has the Veil queued out, Tranquil Veil, so probably going for Shivas. Or it might be a...
I like that a lot more than the Radiance.
Yeah, I don't know about the Radiance.
Yeah, Radiance was a bit weird. For context, guys, we saw a offlane Phoenix just now in the series between Groomify as well as IPH. IPH, honestly, in that first game looked a bit iffy, but they were able to reverse sweep their opponent. So probably coming into this series with a bit of momentum on their side. There was a lot of time for Mongolz to digest what they saw though. So I guess the advantage kind of goes both ways.
I think something else we didn't talk about the Tide is that the shard against Phoenix, Marcy, and Earthspirit are really nice. Obviously, Marcy is pretty good at killing the anchor, but Earthspirit and Phoenix are not. So imagine you get locked down.
A lot of damage that they can throw into Jet Baby, and it's already on display here. Not even needing the level 2 of the Fire Spirits to get the poor Dragon Knight down to like half HP or less.
Yeah, you gotta dodge those. A lot of damage. Help from Kishka too. I wonder if he'll get Sidekick at all in this lane. Or do you just go full on first and second spell? Because I think it gives them much more kill threat.
With the Bodyguard, you mean?
I mean, like, will he learn his third spell?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he went for the Bodyguard this game, which is pretty interesting. I guess just wanting the base damage increase.
Probably. Play to scale yourself. I can see it. I think not everyone goes for a sidekick, and he also doesn't really have a good sidekick hero.
Oh, a little bit off the mark there, only level 1, still pumping out a lot of damage. It's really hard, as it appears, to dodge the fire spirits when you're being disposed and tossed around by the Marcy. What is this? They'll even glyph the wave just to put on some additional pressure, being really annoying up here. I mean, I know you don't believe in the offlane Phoenix, but at least in this early stage of the game, it's looking pretty decent.
I mean, DK still free farm. They are getting pulls. He is doing damage, yes, but no kills being fed so far away. No fire spirits. Okay, Jotun's fine. Thought I killed him.
That was a little bit scary. It's kind of funny how Marcy can literally lift anyone up with her two hands and toss them over
Yeah, you watch them,
the shoulders.
Marcy's OP.
Yeah, Marcy's OP, like WWE, like Royal Rumble match, she would destroy John Cena. I'm putting it down.
Okay, double runes for... Or at least a rune being denied from Bob here, but you might get a kill for it.
Oh, that is really nice, Bob. Times the roll to dodge the Shadow Realm, but still runs into a couple of brambles. Castaway really trying to push the issue onto KT here, and they will go down on the Dark Willow. Might just look for more here. Yona in some trouble, but meanwhile in the top lane, looks like another trade going on. Dragon Knight for the Phoenix. But it's the Phoenix who goes down later, so nice bit of EXP. Bob still sticking around. What's going on here? Very, very ambitious here from the Earth Spirit. Won't commit the roll in, just playing to their limits here. Roll back out to safety.
Oh no. Okay, gets the ball refill.
He's fine. He's fine.
Today I learned you can pass items to Shadow Realm.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know you could target your allies there. Oh well. Maybe he passed it with the portrait and everything. You know that click on the portrait trick.
I feel ya. Oh, no. Misses the dodge, but mid lane pretty even. Meanwhile, Tide is...
Is he dead?
He is
Okay. KT does a nice little wraparound. The glyph of the wave forces him back in to try and get that one, and Brambles traps him in a really, really rough spot. So some nice moves here from IPH.
Lane's going pretty okay for both sides. Kishka will TP out. There is a Sinister Gaze, my friend. Level 4 Lich. Kishka, you are...
Uh-oh.
Can he get the suicide? Nope.
Absolutely not.
Killing
Yeah,
spree
Jotun
for
will kill.
Jotun, 302. I swear, usually when I watch him, he's 032.
Yeah. We've seen his ogre. He just somehow gets lost in the wood, finds himself getting killed over and over again.
So laning stage, favoring IP quite a bit here.
They roll into Jotun, kicking back into tower. Then nice set of moves from King Bob here. The Castaway purging away the Frost Shield as well. No chance for Jotun to survive. And I mean, you get that nice little killing spree just to feed it into Bob, but that's not really very nice.
Yeah, no flame, but that was an awful death. You're
like, what is he
you're
doing
level
there?
5 and you die to the Earth Spirit. No, come on, bruh.
Come on,
Gives
bruh.
Bob a rune too. Shield rune now, so pretty invincible. Not much plays, and they look like they might want to pressure mid here. Let's see if Castaway tries to make a move.
Just needs to grab a creep and bring it over, it seems like. But both supports seem a bit preoccupied. Bob just going in with the Magnetize. King Bob 1v2 mode, he's not scared of a thing. But he might just have to be careful. The Dream Call committed, he's dropping low. Still has 12 wand charges. But can he roll out of these brambles? Silenced up. Nice timing from Yona. And they bring the full cavalry to deal with him. I mean, it was a good attempt, all things considered. But I don't think he respected the TP response.
1v3.
I think so. I mean, he almost got some kills.
We'll take it as he was connecting to this top move from his team, baiting in TPs. And now there's no one left on IEP to defend the top tower.
True, all part of King Bob's plan, ladies and gents. Don't you dare doubt him.
Yona's been also doing a really nice job of trying to waning rift into the brambles. I think he did it like twice already.
Yeah.
So little niche play we see there.
Yeah, it's not really a play you can usually think about with the park, but now with the facet, the jostling rift, of course, with that little bit of a push. That's all you need here.
Cool, doing pretty fine. DCMG, I'm surprised he hasn't started cutting waves. I feel like there's not much point actually laning against the Lifesteer. You both kind of just farm. Might as well get some neutrals while you're at it.
Yeah. That's true.
Jotun?
I guess his fear is that he'll be put in a
Kishka,
compromising
I should say.
position.
No, and
Yeah, I
chance
don't
for
even
the
know who's
shield.
in trouble. It looks like both are
Bob's
kind of
coming.
toughed out. Bob will kill off that Lich.
He really
Kishka?
wants his kill.
Oh, can't dodge away. The Dream Call holds him in place. Bob's still trying for the chase though, but guesses wrong, and no, Yona's gonna get a rune. How fortunate for this park. We'll just be able to jump back up to the high ground. Looks like
Oh,
KT
the
has joined the
combo.
fray as well. They're looking for some sort of play here. Bob should be able to roll back up to safety. 8 minutes non-stop action, it feels like, from both these teams, specifically around the mid lane.
Hey,
Bob
refill.
just trying to get kill after kill.
Oh, Ench behind. Jotun.
Jotun's
In
there.
trouble? I'm actually not sure. Kishka is really deep.
They'll roll in. Magnetize as well. Jotun is surely
Oh,
gone
creep.
here. He gets a little bit of
This
control
is
there,
the
but
Jotun I know.
yeah. What, dying randomly?
Yes. For no reason.
I mean, you know, he was trying to help his mid lane. I
he
don't think that was
didn't.
necessarily... Okay.
He TP'd in and just got slowed.
I'm
and
trying...
died.
Look. Adam Dota #1 Jotun hater,
No, it's a
Southeast
learning
Asia.
experience. You gotta know how to differentiate devs that are understandable and devs that are just outright
Cringe.
not it, you know.
Yeah. Fail completed by the Phoenix. JG having a grand old time up here. Phoenix, of course, already off to a flaming
No egg,
start.
by the way.
Yeah. I mean, just trying to max out the farm, I guess,
like
and just get a lot of damage out.
Imagine this 15-minute Shiva's guard coming at you.
Oh, yikes. I mean, Jotun's dead again.
Alright, Mike, what do you have to say this time?
I don't, actually. You want to say something, Adam, since you like the,
No,
like
but
the
I
shit
feel
on him
like-
so much?
I don't know. He was level 5 at 6 minutes and he's still level 5 and he's died 3 times.
I mean, what does he do? Does he go to the bot lane, sap
come on,
EXP? Like, he
bot
doesn't
walk
even
into
have
the
a...
Enchantress.
Yeah,
Or
that's
stop getting rolled by the Earth Spirit alone. Yona, is he gonna get chased down?
I mean, surely he just silences, gets the bot
But-
around. That's a nice
but-
move. But here comes Castaway. Here comes the roll. Imagine if you had a support with like Chain Frost or something like that. Mass TP is coming in now, but they don't even... They can't even come... Oh, okay. Bob, all chatting.
Alright,
This guy's feeling
I
it.
call Bob out. He stopped there to type and it took way too long to type that. That's slow.
Like it wasn't cool, right? Because he had to stop and his
so-
hero just
oh
like...
man, that's like getting old Bob.
Minus 50 aura points for that one.
No response from Yona though. Saving it for later.
I can't imagine Jonas too happy about that situation as well. It seemed like a pretty cool and cute play, legit, and Castaway was just there to punish. So, Mongols very clearly have been playing very heavily around their mid lane.
Jet
Question is when they
baby.
start expanding the area from there. Jet Baby under threat now, the TP away and no way of stopping it. Heads up play from the Dragon Knight.
Oh, a nice kick out, goes back to Fountain. Meanwhile, IAP trying to open up bottom here. I think Offering is flying out for the Tide Hunter. Many
They could
TPs
TP JG
though.
down here. Mass TP is coming in first on the support
no
QT.
Ravage.
Trying to survive, but with that Blade Mail,
Oh
I don't
my.
think he can. No Ravage, like you said, means that this team fight is not one they can win. They lose both supports and toss back the big fat watermelon. They want some dessert, and I don't know if you know anything about Southeast Asia, but we love our fruit here. They're gonna slice him all the way up.
Can't even
It's taking a
kill
very
him.
long time though, and Yona, he's here. He's just chilling. I guess they're not having any dessert. Uncle still trying to do damage. Nice waning whip to interrupt that jump, and here comes the Dream Coil. Question is whether Jed Baby is going to join this fight. DCMG still surviving in front of everyone, and the 8 comes down. They can't focus it down. This is scary now. Both offlaners presenting a huge wall for their opponents. Now the Dragon Knight has joined the fray.
Kishka?
Kishka on to
Into
4
5
heroes. Not sure whether that's what you want. Passed away as well. The dive through. This is awkward. Starting to lose members now on the Mongols as JG gets chased down. DCMG is still alive through all of this. Omku, he needs to find a creeper to invest into, but he can't escape. He gets stunned and killed. A big overextension for the Mongols as they try for the Tide Hunter. That was just too big of a fish to
Oh
fry.
my god. Alright, if they just let him walk away, I feel like everything would have been fine. Bit overzealous, they do go down. Egg used, lifesteal dying before Radiance, not something you want, but Uncle still pretty farmed, has 3k gold in the bank. And Mongols will, I guess, still keep their bottom tower. So again, even though the trades were pretty even, IAP tempo kinda stopped. Also, this is something new to me, the MOM before the armlet. I feel like I usually see the
Very
armlet
interesting.
first.
Maybe he just thinks the MOM amplifies his farm speed a bit more, allows him to sustain a bit. I mean, that's the only rationale I can think about. I actually have no clue. Maybe he just wants lifesteal? I don't know. Because I know that he got a really early Mask of Madness in lane to try and deal with JG's constant harass.
I
So
guess
maybe
that's
that just
fair.
kind of felt like a bit more of a natural build-up.
Makes sense. So cast away.
Cast away. Good night, brother. Hey, was that a good death or a bad? Was that a Jotun death or was that a Schofield death?
I think, judging by the position of both his top lane and his mid lane,
Or that Ravage? They are gonna pop Iomku like a cherry.
he didn't really
Damn,
need to enter the triangle. Alright, so back to the cherry poppin'.
Okay, relax.
You started it, I'm just following up.
Okay, well, it's 14 minutes. They're still tussling in the mid
Blade
lane here. Bob with a
Blade
fat
Mail, KT,
magnetize
no.
onto 2. Blade Mail is gonna kill KT. Oh no, that's not what you want. The tips come through.
That's the second time
bit.
he dies to the blade mail. That is pretty funny.
This is funny because these two obviously good friends here. They were all chatting even in the lobby. Just messing around a little bit, laughing at each other, of course. On opposite ends of the battlefield this time round.
DCMG has changed location. Now moved to the top lane. Trying to
For this
reclaim
Phoenix.
the jungle.
There is an egg available, but it's only level 1. Kishka's the one in trouble, popping the unleash and the egg over the cliff, actually doing a lot of damage. Good control, castaways there as well. Kishka's probably gonna go down. No, able to jump away, but the Shadow Realm. Last hit! Oh, the smoke survived and Bob in the middle of all of them. The egg's already used though, and he still doesn't have a magnetize. Nice block from DCMG, holding the boulder in place. But they are working down Jet Baby. The roll with no remnant means that they can't connect on the Dragon Knight, and he's able to toggle his way out of that situation. That could have been a lot worse for the Mongols, but they do a good job keeping their own heroes alive.
Did they just ignore the Titan? Like, no one cares. It's like, oh, you're hitting me? Okay. Oh, we can't hit you. It's okay. We walk past you.
I think that's what's important, right? Because that was their fatal flaw in the bottom fight. They just tried so hard to kill the Tide. Realistically, have no way of doing so. I like this adaptation a lot more, and talk about Mongols needing to be the one to put on the pressure. They are absolutely nipping at IAPH now. But it hasn't really amounted to any sort of gold lead. Top net worth is still this Tidehunter after that amazing fight in the bot lane. Is that a concern at all, you think?
I don't know. No memes. Oh, hold on, Jotun. Speaking
Yeah,
of
who cares?
memes.
It's brother, it's
8
Jotun.
deaths.
Who cares? 8 deaths. Who cares? Literally. Jaunt away, it's fine.
Right.
No important.
Back
Nothing
to,
of value was
back
lost.
to Tidehunter. Back to the watermelon. I feel like, no cap, I would like to see him go for like some right-click build this game instead of this dagger. Because I think the Blink Ravage doesn't look scary to me, but imagine him having like a Deso running at you in these fights, like so early on. He's so farmed, he would have it like right about now.
Yeah.
Just frontline, he's tanking it up, some Deso SNY or whatever.
Oop.
He can still go shard. I would just like to see a bit of a more scaly kind of build, because the problem with this dagger shard is that you fall off right after this item.
Big Ravage in the top lane, try to focus down Bob with the Sinister Gaze. They'll be able
Hit him
to
with
take
the
him
haha.
down. Oh, the tip comes through.
Ah, there it
Oh,
is.
hit him with the aha. God damn, they're nasty.
Baby.
Jet Baby in the bot lane though, no way of cancelling the TP. Again, the Dragon Knight gets out. Really nice moves from IPH.
It's just tower pressure. Someone needs to come down and deal with this. They don't have a glyph. Don't want to be losing that tier 2 so early on. But it looks like they will just let it go.
I mean, what can they really do, right? They already used the Ravage in the top lane and the Chain Frost.
I mean, if Tide TP's down here, the tower doesn't die. But
Tide has like 0 mana though.
yes, he has Lotus. He has Soul Ring.
Lotus, I guess, yeah, okay.
Has the shard now. The Earth Spirit counter.
They talked about the Earth Spirit counter.
What does he buy next? I wonder.
Divas?
Let's see. I feel like you need to scale. Like you don't want to be this Ravage bot, you know?
It's just funny the way the game has played out, because I think that when we saw this Tidehunter pick, we immediately thought, oh, you know, he can be Ravage or a bot. And now we're saying, okay, you know, he has such an amazing game that it's not enough that he's a Ravage bot, right? And I think that's just a byproduct of Yona not necessarily having the best early start. Same thing for Jed. Oh, Yona is fine. A bit caught here. Pulls the back. I don't think he's fine, Adam.
I just guaranteed his death. Oh,
Yeah, well done.
my bad, Jotun.
What was that?
No, Jotun. Really wants the
Ninth death of the
D-ward.
game.
I think you should walk away. Just.
He can't even get
Is
it
this not
because
feeding,
of the
Mike?
fire
Is this
spirit.
not feeding?
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, okay. Okay, it is. It is. Okay, it is. Jotun's feeding hard right now.
Dude, he dies at the same ward spot like 3 times in a row. Like it was the first, it was the left, and now it's this right ward, where he just died. He comes back. Damn. Okay, let me translate for you.
No, I can actually translate this. Hang on, give me a sec.
Oh my god, are you asking your fiance to come and translate? This, come on, you
Yeah,
see the
like,
word
literally,
stun, you see the word puck and stun. Come on, figure it out, Mike.
Hang on, I got some professional help.
What the hell? It just says you play puck, you die to no stun.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got the translation.
Okay,
Even
give me-
without a stun, the puck somehow dies.
Damn, I'm right. Look at me.
Yeah. You're basically Filipino.
Damn.
Congratulations, Adam, the
Thank you.
Filipino.
They will make a move down here. They might want to stay for the Tormentor, try to cut the wave, but for now, just kicking Yona out. Meanwhile, how's Tide doing? Going for a
What do you mean how's
pipe.
Tide doing? It's still top of the net worth, brother.
Yeah, buy AC, man. Come on. The Tide has insane scaling. Oh my god, Yona dead
Oh
again.
my...
Come on, Bob. Copy paste. Say it again. Exactly the same
Say it
line.
again. Say it again. Say the exact... What the heck is this? I'm not even gonna try and read it. Castaway in some trouble, caught out by DCMG and the gang. In comes a nice dive though from the Phoenix, slowing down everybody. Have an egg to use if they need it, but they can't even get the kill onto Castaway. No one to break him. Not enough magic damage between these 3 heroes.
GG has a Hex queued up. I love this. I think this is the right way to play because they don't have lockdown for puck. And his Phoenix, once he has Hex and Shivas, he can just kind of go in, right? If he gets a Hex on the DK, for example, he can probably just pop egg.
Mad tips going on this game now.
Damn.
I know what that word means.
Who is Peke?
Yeah. Who is Pecky?
Alright, there's the Tormentor move. IFP don't really have a response for this.
So even though they've done a good job keeping the game mostly even, at least gold-wise, it feels like these past few fights at least have really brought Mongolz towards that lead that they were looking for. They've maintained it for the most part. There still are some major problems that they can't deal with, and one of them's name is DCMG. Try now.
Can you actually
Egg
kill
on
Tide?
top
I feel
of
like you
him.
can't.
Terrorize, dodged out by most of the team.
Still
The
not
egg
even
will
coming,
pop.
man.
He's completely fine. Fat Ravage onto 4. This could be troublesome now for the Mongols if they're not careful. Bob popping the BKB, and they still have yet to kill the Tide. They need to roll away and retreat. That was really, really awkward. And that is a lot of spells used for basically nothing. Just trading out a Ravage. Jet Baby, a free tower for him now.
I think Jotun on the leash stole the Wisdom Rune there too. Can we get a quick check? Because he wasn't walking towards the fight, he went left.
Did in fact do that.
Space for team, double Wisdom Rune, IAP. Coming back, but that was again a defensive Ravage. Mongols, they have the option to kind of look or angle for Roshan at least. CMG has the pipe now, so even more unkillable. Protecting his team a little bit as well.
I mean, I honestly don't mind this. Like, I think the aura build isn't necessarily incorrect. I get your...
I don't think it's bad.
I get your desire.
Just like for him to scale.
You just want him to boss up, huh?
Yeah, I feel like he is already a boss. You might as well
Yeah,
do damage,
exactly.
right? Like now people are ignoring you. Speaking of ignore.
I guess so. Dead in the water. Bob is gone. No way of saving him there. The shard, just such an effective tool against both the Earth Spirit as well as the Phoenix.
CMG, he's feeling it. This was not the same offlaner I saw 2 games ago.
Yeah, this is not the offlaner we saw on day 1. Who is this guy? He is so different today. I mean, good for him, but also, lol. Why didn't you do this when you had to stay in the upper bracket, brother?
It's alright, man's a lower bracket monster.
Yeah. He's really shaping up. Look, if he manages to carry this series against the Mongols and somehow it's InterActive Philippines moving on to the next stage, I gotta write him an apology letter. I'll film a whole video. I'll grab my ukulele. I'll start crying and doing an apology and
I'll
everything.
hold
It'll
you
be
to
super
that.
serious. Yeah. Now, for the sake of that, now I need to root against them, bro.
I already have the song in mind.
Oh, what's the song?
It's like, don't know what you heard about me. I'm the motherfucking DCMG. With the ukulele in the
true.
background, you know, bit of techno.
Look, I wonder what DCMG stands for. Because it's not crit damage, we know that for sure. A bit of a catch
It's
now on the
decramage.
Bob.
Forced to pop the BKB.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Things are kind of falling apart here a little bit for the Mongols off the back of the fact that they just can't kill the Tide.
I'm watching item build. AC, come on. Scale it up. Satanic Daedalus. DCMG, it's your game.
Is Eggs like just a worthless item here?
I don't like it as much as just having AC. I feel like AC gives your team so much. It's like kind of an aura, right?
That's true. That's true. You still stick in
More
line with
minus
the main goal.
armor, you kind of chong down some boys. I think there's also a world where I feel like I don't know what Lifestealer has queued up, but I think this is a Silver Edge game. He's going for
for the
eggs.
Aghanims.
Yeah, I think
I don't
Silver
mind
Edge
this,
is
actually.
necessary because this Tide is. At no point are their heroes good at killing Tide. Or I would say they're a long way away from it. So I think Silver Edge is multi-purpose, right? Like helps you kill Tide and it helps you deal with DK.
I guess the idea is that this Aghanims just currently gives you a bit more insurance in the fight, right? It lowers the Infest cooldown drastically as well. You can pop into Bob to help him out. You can pop into Kishka. I don't mind it too much, but yeah, it definitely does feel like the Silver Edge has to be that item that follows immediately after the Eggs. If not, Tide is already a problem. He's been a problem. Haven't really addressed him. This last pick for DCMG has looked amazing so far for InterActive Philippines.
And they can also just kind of ignore him, right? Which is what they cannot do as he's in your face.
Kishka in trouble, and this is a very dead Marcy. JG might be next to fall if they're not careful. Still trying to hide away through the trees. The Rampage. Okay.
Nice try.
Yeah, good try.
Nice
Maybe
pipe,
forgot
very
that
useful.
dive was a spell. Come on, even if he had AC, it's not like he would have gotten that kill there.
Yeah, but they will get this tower faster now. Or
Hang on, they might still try.
he'll be able to hit this egg with AC. Imagine.
Yeah, true. Castaway on the front lines just dying to a Lich
Well,
ultimate.
IP is doing it.
Dude, how Mongols are kind of shitting the bed a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they had such a cool draft. They could run at you.
Yeah, Phoenix.
And I kind of feel like this is, honestly, no flame.
No
But
flame.
this kind of feels to me like the first Mongols game that we saw where Aumku was basically playing on an island on the gyro. When I feel like this Lifestealer could have participated a lot more in the early fights. Sure, he's the top of the net worth, but that doesn't translate to anything when your team is just falling apart like this.
I feel like they just try to run into the Tide when they couldn't. There's no like... There's a miscalculation of damage and they kind of just fed. Meanwhile, DK free farm. Amku is still top of the net worth though. Credits to him. Not an easy game. Even Yona with his deaths is kind of keeping up ahead of Bob and GG.
Yeah.
Almost has the eggs actually. Damn. That's gonna be
Pharasma complete as well.
painfully annoying for the supports.
Indeed, indeed.
Could this be the fight? There's no Ravage here. Eggs on
Let's
Lifestealer.
smoke out, try and contest for this Roche. Know this is the timing that matters the most. Eggs on Lifestealer, like you said, freshly picked up. Shiva's on the Phoenix. He doesn't have anything other than that, though. He's saving up for that surprise hex.
He kinda has it if the career flies out. He casts
Away
away.
on the front lines, has that sproing.
I don't think this is the target.
Dodging
you
away
wanna
from DCMG
go
for now. Yeah, he's just trying to bait with that Solar Crest in the pipe. Let's start punching out the DCMG now. Barely taking any damage though. He's just waiting out. Both these tanky frontliners know it's just a matter of information for the team.
Go on, go around guys, go around. Hex on JG,
Look.
okay, I'm watching. Oh, Yona?
Oh, Yona on the front lines. They're trying to focus down Aumku. He's stunned up, but he's not really taking a lot of damage. Surviving and popping the rage. This could be the fight that they were waiting for on the Mongols. They still have yet to really deal with this Lifestealer. They will pop the Ravage now, but it's far, far too late. Can they
He still has
finish off this
Infest.
side after just a little bit of damage? The Infest will finish him off, but Amku now in some trouble. The rest of IPH chasing him down, but silenced up is the Park, which means that you can't jaunt away. They will take down the Phoenix though, but Amku still the boss in this fight. Will start eating into this Dragon Knight, and Jet Baby has
he fight
nowhere
this? I
to
don't
go.
think so.
Amku, he's gonna try, doesn't have a rage anymore, but he can't win that fight.
Oh, the
Too much
Infest.
help, but the Infest, he's hiding in the Park for now.
There's a stun though.
Jaunting out of safety, but Yona finds himself in the stun, finds himself in the gaze, pops the rage, punching away. Amku will win the fight. This life stealer stands tall and proves me wrong immediately. I talked about how I wanted him to be a bit more active. He knew that it was all about his timing. I didn't know that the life stealer could 1v5 this game, but Amku says, you're damn right. I'm gonna carry this. Triple kill for the life stealer, and what a turnaround fight for the Mongols.
That's huge. It's cutting out the fight, the Radiance, the mischance, everything coming into play, the Infest. I mean, I think he got off like 3 Infest that fight. So
Yeah.
3k damage, that's kind of insane.
Dude, like literally 20-second cooldown with this Aghanim's. It's basically up as every time you don't have rage, you have Infest. And Amku played that fight perfectly.
Without 20 now. Will be rewarded for his efforts with a Aegis here, so more unkillable. I wonder if they'll give it to him. I guess you have to, right? And then he builds like some AC. Giga frontline. He's starting to be able to chunk down the TIE Hunter too, so DCMG has to be a bit more aware of this.
DCMG is actually going for the Aghanim's.
Ew.
This is the item that you were saying was pretty useless.
Ew.
I wonder what the thought process is here.
I don't think it's useless. That's like AC much more. Or Shiva even. Or Hex.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, Refresher. So many items. I feel like items have to make sense. Like if you buying Refresher, you buy Hex. So you have double Hex, double Refresher, right? Sorry, double Hex, double Ravage. And you have mana. If you buy X, you can't really go Refresher anymore because you don't have the mana. So you kind of go into Octarine most of the time. And you're just annoying, right? You're not playing to his body anymore.
Oh, Hex up in the mid lane onto
Team
the
is
TIE
here.
Hunter. He's still feeling invulnerable, but they might just prove him wrong. Forcing the egg in the mid lane, but they can't do anything to keep these IPH heroes in place.
Wrap around.
Here comes the wraparound. Pop the BKB. Punching away now on the supports. In big trouble. Jet Baby has joined the fight as well, but Bob on the front lines mows down that Lich. Yona, waiting for his opportunity, has that Aghanim's Dream Coil, but Castaway just being so annoying on the front lines. This Ench, they can't deal with him. He's the real untouchable person here in this game. And Yona forced to jaunt away. The fights are starting to slip out of reach for IAPH as they can't find any kills on any of the Mongols' heroes.
I don't like what they are doing right now. I feel they really need to wait for this damage item on Dragon Knight. They just don't have enough damage. I want to see this Daedalus. Like, I know he's buying MKB. I think it's okay, but I want Daedalus. Like, kill the other heroes. This Lifestealer is not gonna be able to power through. You get BKB, you kill the other heroes through BKB. I think mischance is whatever. I feel like if he does go MKB, he can't really kill anyone. I feel like with Daedalus, Castaway just dies. Kishka just dies. It's kind of what you want here. It's more damage. Skadi now for Amku.
I will say, I really like this Lifestealer item build. I think it's exactly what he needs. The Radiance did sort of come up a bit slower, but with the free-ish game that he had, he could definitely afford it. Every little component of his itemization has come into play here in these fights and showing his mastery on the hero for sure.
Amku, top of the net worth right now. I'm gonna continue to cook. Skadi sending out. Meanwhile, IP, they really need damage on this DK. I don't know if MKB is enough. I feel like the problem with not buying Daedalus is that you don't have Daedalus.
Yeah, that's a very... Thank you, analyst 343.
Yeah, it's real problems. You're gonna see this Ench stand in front and DK is gonna hit him a few times and be like, why do I have MKB? But I might be wrong, willing to be proven wrong.
I mean, he's just kind of concerned because not only do you have the Radiance burn, you also have the Phoenix innate, right? Just constantly blinding you, and you know, you get tagged with the Shivas, you get tagged with the Fire Spirits, even if you get tagged with the Supernova, it starts adding up. Like each tick of the Supernova damage applies one stack of the Blinding Sun, and it must be really annoying for the DK.
Alright,
Be
that's
feeling
fair.
like I think he probably just felt like he missed out the kill narrowly on Amku in the previous fight just because of a couple of evasion, like procs. So maybe that's his thought process, but
Could
right
be.
now it's Mongolz with the Aegis threatening this entire map, closing it in on IAPH.
Okay, I think his MKB is fine if they don't like try to fight with it. Like go farm. They still need more damage on heroes, and this is not the target you want to go for.
He's literally gaining HP. Like he did not even lose any HP. Jet Baby popping the BKB. No way of stopping it. Jotun goes down on the sidelines to Bob. DCMG might just get caught here. No, okay, a bit too deep. Now he does have a buyback, but I feel like this game, it's just so weird because IAPH, they were in control for such a large duration of it. It felt like Mongols were kind of losing the plot a little bit. But they just... Maybe the Tidehunter should have gone some sort of scaling call, because now he's looking a bit silly.
I just feel like Pipe doesn't like make his fight easier. I feel like him killing heroes or like... They just need damage, right? Their Tricore lacks damage. I think that's like the main thing. It's not like this Pipe makes him unkillable. He's definitely killable with or without the Pipe.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the scary part about every tanky hero you could potentially pick, right? No matter how tanky or unkillable you are in the early game, that's what items do. They help your opponents break you or get more crits or just reach a point where they're just slapping you down and you can have all the HP, auras, and resistances in the world, but you can't stand there forever.
Yeah, I will say though, IP is still in a pretty decent spot. Once these crits come out for a Jet Baby and Tide has Refresher queued up, there's like this double Ravage. I think Amku without Aegis will just straight up die.
Yeah.
There's actually no counterplay to this double Ravage. And
It's because
need
they
to
don't
be
have any
aware.
save, right? I think the only potential that I could see down the line is if JG goes for something like an Eggs. I know that's something that some core Phoenixes opted to go for in the past. Just that ability to scoop you back up into the Supernova, but it's so risky.
I'm sure the thing just dies anyway. They don't really have like Egg Protect other than Kishka, who probably will have a Basher at some point. But is it really enough? If you eat the Lifestealer, you and your Korra and Egg and your Pos 4 Marcy try to do something, I think you still die anyway. That's the Basher now.
See,
Jet Baby queues up Blink Dagger instead, so they want to get initiation here.
yeah.
Also, not to forget, Yona has a pretty quiet game, but he is scaling. One more
It's
item
hard to
away
feel that
from
way when
big
you look at the
damage.
damage that he's doing to like this Ench, right? Like just now he's punching at the Ench and nothing's happening.
I
But
want him to ignore Ench.
yeah, a lot of they just need to ignore Castaway. This dude is putting himself on the front lines. He has Sproink, he has Dragonlance, he has Solar Crest, he has Pipe. Like this dude is even as craggy coat, brother.
He is the tank. And we'll see a smoke coming out here. They drop an Observer Ward. They know that Wisdom Rune just spawned. Someone might be in the area. DK is pretty far though. I don't know if I'm gonna go this deep.
Mongols are kind of split up across the map, but we know what's going on. They're waiting for that next Roshan. The age is just an additional insurance for Amku to fully feel comfortable in this fight. 1 more minute until that potentially spawns. 1 minute 15 to be precise.
I wonder what Tide's
IP
gonna... Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm just wondering whether IAPH are going to try and make a move beforehand or whether they're just going to try and bank for the Roche fight.
Yo, nice spell. Okay, so if you look at Tide, his ult costs 375 mana, if I'm not wrong. Oh, hold up, fight first.
I don't know much whether it's much of a fight, more like Kitty just getting killed. Pop BKB on Kishka just to survive there.
Right, baited
That's a pick.
BKBs.
I guess so.
Yona doesn't feel like he does too much.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like you're saying he's scaling up, right? But it's... I think...
He needs the
what,
Daedalus.
yeah, what the problem for me seems to be for IAPH, I don't know whether this is egregious to say, but they kind of have trouble keeping the heroes in place. Like everyone's just dancing around, just standing there, splitting up in the fights. They don't really have a way of holding you down, and on paper that's supposed to be the Ravage and the Dead in the Water, but DCMG's just been largely ignored. Like they actually don't care about this Tide at all.
Alright, so I think once Puck gets 25 and Tide Refresher comes out, that problem is kind of solved by itself. You have the Coil Immunity, Debuff Immunity Pierce, DCMG also going for Refresher. So back to my point, I feel like Tide, I want to see what item he changes, because he does not have enough mana to play right now. Remember just now I said like if you're going Refresher you want Hex, because mana,
Yeah.
right? So he goes
Sure.
eggs. And eggs is you spam gush, right? So you're constantly not full mana. Refresher, Ravage, Refresher is about 1k mana. Or a
Maybe
bit
if he
more.
goes for the Vambrace, like the Vambrace Intel, is that good enough? You think?
He needs the tier 4 neutral item. Whatever
What could he
it may
possibly
be.
get that helps him?
He needs a mana item, or he needs to hold like I think something I commonly see is people hold Dandelion Amulet. I think I see Jebs do it a lot on Mars before.
Yeah.
So that gives you mana, but he goes for strength. And look at Amku. My man, he knows. Silver Edge queued up.
About time. I mean, he basically bought just about the rest of his inventory before that happened, but
Smoke on smoke action.
Tidehunter showing on the front lines, jump in, trying to full commit onto DCMG there. The rest of IPH biding their time, but they don't have any. The Tidehunter
Yes,
is just
buyback.
down.
Yes, bye-bye.
He can buy back into this fight now that there's no egg though. With the clean retreat Mongolz, they can just back up into this Roche, but this is a nighttime Roche, which means that DCMG can buy back and TP to that outpost. Just go for a smoke wraparound play here.
No magnetize.
Heading into the Roche pit. No magnetize, no,
No egg
BKBs.
too.
This could be scary business here for Mongolz. Are they getting a bit too ambitious? The Raw will give away that they are in the pit. And the wraparound has commenced. Castaway once again
Needs
on the
to
front
buy
line.
now.
The only member in the pit is Armku. Buyback. They see the tide
They
to
get
the right.
Armku.
What is the play?
Armku.
They get Armku, silence him up. Someone save him. Like Steeler needs help, but he goes down. No buyback on Armku. Ah, you gotta
Guys, don't hit
wonder
the
whether
edge,
they
guys. Come
prepared for that move. What was that? I mean, you gotta know that IAPH are gonna try for something like that, but it just felt like Mongolz were completely unprepared. And just like that, Jet Baby's gonna get the Aegis for himself on the Dragon Knight.
This is big. So damage items are gonna come out right now. This is a huge fight. It extends the game for IAP. I feel like I'm cool with that. Aegis could have definitely looked to poke high ground, but we see how fast that Lifestealer dies. One silence, one stun, and just Jet Baby able to pour in the damage to MKB.
Yeah, it's worth noting as well, he has the SNY, which means he doesn't actually have any native way to shrug off this stun from the puck. That's what did him in there. Wasn't able to press the rage, wasn't able to infest, and just got clicked down by his opponents. 45 seconds without your life stealer. This is at minimum one lane of racks, even with the glyph. Castaway try to do what he can on the front lines with that impetus.
Yeah, DK also takes the right talent. I think pretty uncommon. More armor, more regen. Maybe feeling like the AoE Dragon Tail isn't so value. Has a Satanic flying out, I believe. Just needs to
damn.
disassemble his MOM. So Jet Baby looking really good right now.
They actually choose to back up. They still at half the time on Dragon Form. I guess they just want to respect the life stealer, you know, death timer, but can't help but feel like they could have just at least finished up that rack.
I think they don't want to get gone on. I think the fight's just gonna come down to like how they start.
Right.
And honestly, starting with Ravage is pretty straightforward. He has the refresher now. Okay, can we get a mana check? He sells Soul Ring, so that's a red flag
Okay.
if you ask me.
Okay, so he got 1,100 mana. Each Ravage is gonna cost him 325. That's around 650 for both.
Yes.
If he
and
uses
so
the
it is
refresher, that's
1K.
350. So he has just enough mana for probably one Gush, two Ravagers.
Correct.
And that's
You
it.
see
If
my
he uses
problem?
anything else, he's done.
You see my problem?
I do see your problem. I just wonder whether DCMG sees his problem. But right now, I don't think he's seeing a problem. I think he's seeing the Dragon Knight in his team going onto high ground because Mongolz took a bit of a sloppy fight at the Roche pit and now they're the ones behind.
Bob.
Bob gonna try to initiate off the mark though.
Ravage?
Very, very awkward in the Ravage, but Bob, very tanky on this Earth Spirit. Second Ravage coming in, still managing to get both, but the
Bob
Infest
sneezing.
saving Bob for now. He's fine. The egg is gonna help in terms of pushing back the aggressors on IAPH, but they haven't gotten a kill yet. Kishka on the back line
Kishka's
punching
in
away
deep.
on the supports. Kishka, he is doing a great job separating this fight. And Jet Baby somehow losing the fight to this support Marcy, buying time for the BKB to run out. Now Omku's all over him. Jet Baby might have a second life, but can he outfight this life stealer? Infest still
Anchor
available.
smash.
They'll try and gang up on him. Anchor smash to reduce the damage, but already Aghanim's inside the Dragon Knight. Cutting him down, JG is fine, still surviving, and the Tidehunter can't provide much. Here comes Kitty trying to finish off the Phoenix, but the Cursed Crown doesn't do any damage. They're still trying to lock down Yona, but able to jaunt left, right, and center and escape the fight. As the dust settles, not a lot needing to be expended there from the side of Mongolz. They don't even need to use a single buyback. It's Mongolz who come out on top of that defense.
clutch fight from Amku there, saving Bob. I think he was a bit slow on the second Ravage. Amku just comes in, gets the infest off. They also did not have Dragon Form at the start of the fight, so damage was a little slow. Again, no Daedalus on this DK. I'm really gonna keep nagging this because I think the Daedalus is so huge to have. I feel like he can do so much damage in these few hits. He can't fight the Lifestealer right now.
You think the Daedalus changes that? The second he gets the Daedalus, it's just gonna be all Dragonite?
I think you die during double Ravage. You actually can die.
Fair.
Like Bob dies,
fair.
or if not Lifestealer, Bob dies.
Yeah, they gotta play for the double Ravage, right? That burst damage during that duration, because it feels like we've seen this time and time again in a one-on-one man fight between the Lifestealer and the Dragonite. If there's no external interference like the silence stopping a Rage or Infest, the Lifestealer does actually come out on top.
You might see a little bit of a fight here. So, if you look at item builds, Kishka actually went for Yules.
Oh, Jotun.
Jotun.
Mode feed? Wait. Hang on. How does he... He just didn't ward it. I mean, he's gonna pop the BKB on Kishka and just start punching away on the Lich, but he's dropping very, very low to the Dream Coil. It will take down the Lich. So 1-for-1. Spot out the wards on the high ground, but this is not an area you want to fight, especially the Tide respawning in 10 seconds. And just come to that outpost and double Ravage you again, but AD Rune. This could change everything here. But because of the ward, they will spot this one out. They know that someone has snapped it up. It's likely to be Aumku with his Silver Edge.
If he tries to walk in here, they have vision. He definitely can die to Ravage Terrorize. Okay, so IP just gonna dodge. I was gonna say, I feel like so Kishka goes for Yules, and I think that's really smart because he knows this puck is gonna look at him, right? And you can't BKB, you don't really want to break the core, you'll probably die. So he has Yules, going for Wind Waker, can save his cores, can save himself.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're missing right now. It's all about whether they can kill any of these key targets within the double Ravage. If somehow, some way, a save of any sort, whether it's the Wind Waker or just somebody to bail out Aumku, if that happens, the fight should go the way of the Mongolz. It's just a bit too tanky, and it's kind of a situation where even though you're looking at Mongolz and they only have quote-unquote one core, the Lifestealer is good enough. It feels like the Lifestealer can do it. Look at the graph over the course of this game. It's been such a back and forth game. I honestly didn't expect IAPH to put up such a strong fight, but they're showing that they definitely belong at this stage of the competition. Whether they can continue on from here is a different story.
Yes, DK feels like he's falling off a little. You're not going for a Daedalus, gonna go for a Refresher instead. So again, still a lot of strong scaling on the puck. Double Dream Coil Pierce. Might be a fight happening here. Smoked up. I really want to see JG just pick up the shard. I think he has a Refresher soon. I feel like the shard gives more value to the egg than the double egg. Hold on, smoke on smoke action.
Online, Yona with a double silence. Ravage up onto just the edge. It's only the supports. They don't get him. The Lifestealer is fine. And it's a huge egg all over IAPH. Tidehunter just melts. And they don't get a thing here. The Sunray, JG healing all of them up. And Yona's gonna go down. Oh, nasty, nasty work here from Bob. I don't really know whether it's a mid-diff more than just a little bit of a fumble coming out from IAPH. That felt like a fight that they should have won with that Ravage, but they don't actually get the Lifestealer.
He didn't get...
All they find is the supports. And the supports are fine. Like, look at the supports. They're basically full HP.
He didn't have mana for the second Ravage the moment he popped Refresher. This is a problem with the item build. You need to be very aware. DK is in trouble here. Oh, misses barely.
DCMG was backstroking so happily throughout that early stage of the game, but now a few key mistakes, a few missed initiations, not enough mana. This feels like something that should be basic. There's no way these are the type of mistakes that are being made, but here they are. Knocking on your front door, Mongolz. Despite a rough start to the game, Aumku able to come back and be this big force for the team to play behind. Looking at the next lane of Rax now, they know there's no Tidehunter for another 12. Can just afford these haphazard rolls in. They're not scared of a thing. No Yona Park for 25. And there's no way IAPH can fight.
Tomku has 7k gold.
Yikes.
Oh.
Frost Shield is slowing things down though, but now the
Silver
TP,
Edge.
they spot DCMG. And DCMG, despite the amazing start that he had, he has well and truly gaffed it here. Buyback
Bob
on the ledge. They
refreshes.
want to try and fight Bob, going in very deep. Force the TP out, and he will be A-okay. Gets that timing down perfectly. JG though, no more A on this. Looks
my
like the
friend.
Phoenix is going to fall at the very least. But he does have a buyback. It's a 4v4 at best, but Mongolz, they've already retreated after taking their massive wins.
Just a little death there. I'm trying to find out what this Silver Edge on DK is for. Like, what's the purpose of this item here? Does he want to break the edge? I'm cool. Another AD rune. Silver Edge. Running down mid. They want to look here. Basher complete. He's just
Sentry
gonna
right there,
take
though.
the Rex here.
Why not?
I don't think TPing back is gonna stop this.
Isama is a little bit annoying there. Bring him in.
Can they get him? Oh, nice pull by Bob.
Geomagnetic grip, in fast, back
Oh,
to
the
safety.
coil.
There's Yona with a huge coil though. Might be a
double
mistake. That's a
coil?
huge team fight. IPH double coil. It's gonna be enough. They will take down the life stealer surely,
they
but he's
though?
life stealing up. He seems completely fine. In comes Bob. 6 more seconds until the infest comes in. They need to deal with him now. He's dropping very low and he can't life steal enough. Yona with a huge play. Maybe you all chatted a
Baby,
bit
you
too
gotta be
soon, Bob.
careful.
Oh, Bob able to finish off that Dark Willow by the end of it. But Yona, this park, even with the Tide Hunter and the DK faltering a little bit, not just gonna get all chatted and take it lightly. Now running down mid, they need to try and force some of these buybacks out.
Yeah, 6k. Now, once this like next damage item comes out, I think the game actually becomes very complicated. I think if DK also changes the Silver Edge to a Daedalus, I think their fights are going to be way simpler. Even the Swift Blink might be a little better.
I'm just a bit confused about this silver. I mean, it kind of had a little bit of a application there in that previous fight, canceling out the Ghoul Frenzy, I guess. I don't really know, but
Dota2?
wanting to hold on to their buybacks here, they'll have to lose some racks for it. No glyphs available. And the best part is, they can just take 1 racks, back up to the Roche. That's what the DK is
DK.
already doing to get that second life. A very, very big series of wins here. They're going to try and pull Bob in. Jotun just messing around a little bit. Has to blink back out to safety. They're looking for a target. Bob can't connect though. What is this?
He wants the fight, he knows Roche is happening. Castaway TPs too. They're not just forcing reactions here. Look at Castaway. TP to outpost, no care. Sending creep into Roche.
Oh, the Raw's going to confirm it though. The Roche is already gone. They're a bit too late. Creep can't even make it there in time. And Jet Baby with the Aegis of the Immortal. They even have a cheese and a Roche banners to boot.
Alright, Tai should take the shark and backpack his refresher for real. Oh,
He's
hold
getting
on,
the cheese.
Oh, it's just Jotun.
It's just Joker. Who cares?
Procs the A on this. Big Chain Frost.
Oh, what? Okay, well,
Was that Chain
It's
Frost
fine
on death?
I believe...
Oh, that's
No,
a jab
he used
drop
his
too.
Chain Frost as well, and Chain
it's
Frost
not
on
there.
Death, so it was double
Okay.
Chain Frost actually.
Alright, he's almost 25. Dude, I saw the X Nova Age. Level 25, Chain Frost on death, unlimited bounces. Give Jotun the
yikes.
refresher shard, let's go.
I mean, I think he deserves a refresher shot if he didn't die 16 times this game, my friend.
I've been having a rough one. Look who's the hater now.
He's- This is... Dude, you started it, okay? Come on.
One of us has to be the nice guy.
That's true, that's true. We switched the roles here and there, you know, it's not a big deal. Even though it was a series of pretty solid wins here for IAPH,
Hey,
they
Bob
get
has
the Aegis,
eggs.
but they are a bit... Wait, who has eggs?
Bobby. King Bob himself.
Okay.
Scepter.
See
More
how this
saves.
ends up working. Yeah, but I was just about to say, even though it seems like IPH are the ones with the advantage at the moment with the Aegis as well as that Roche and the huge fight that they just took, it's Mongolz who are knocking on the front door, perhaps knowing
That
that
has to
Lich-
be careful, he dies to just coil or silence here. Just gonna pump with rage.
I mean, they only have like 1 or 2 more tries of this. Lich is gonna be back up soon. So what's the plan here for Bob? Is he just gonna use his Aghanim Scepter as a save for Armku or
Yeah,
maybe
I
one
would
of his
think
teammates?
so.
Or because I mean, the other alternative is you roll in and you kick someone out, but I don't really know who you want to kick out. The front there, trying to focus down Armku. They have a geomagnetic grip save, and oh, that's a beautiful egg again. They're gonna try and focus it down, but they just can't afford to. Armku gets the infest out and it's saved. Kishka coming back out and punching away on the poor Dragon Knight. That's the first life down. Kitty to drop as well. And this Tide Hunter with the second Ravage, but it's way too late. This is sad, sad business here. The Wind Waker saving the Marcy. Kishka will be able to escape. No, ends up going down buyback. Armku in a 1v1 duel versus Jet. The second egg will pop onto the DK, not allowing him to survive. Castaway just beating away. Now in comes the Infest, hiding inside the body of the DK, smacking away at his guts. They do reduce the damage though, and Yona TPing back in. This is scary now. The puck can provide a lot in the fight with the Havoc Hammer. Armku, he's doing just fine. Jet Baby will have to buy back into this fight as Armku is still full HP. The rest of Mongolz standing around supporting their Lifestealer and not afraid of a thing. Lacking a bit of lockdown now for Yona, and that could be a problem, but the Infest to try and save the Phoenix. Very tanky now, and the roll, they catch Yona. You got to buy back on the puck. Bob was just waiting for that moment. Is he stopping to all chat again? He's standing still. Lord, I hope not. That's super uncool. But what a fight there from Mongolz. We didn't believe in the core Phoenix, but JG, I mean, he's been such an impressive offlane player for this team, and he absolutely delivers in the team fights with these moves. 2 eggs doing close to 10k damage. And finally, at 55 minutes, it looks like it might be the end of the game. It's only the Dragon Knight and the puck left. Not sure what they can do here. Yona will try his best. In comes Kitty as well. They stun up Armku, but the Force Staff, Geomagnetic Grip back to safety again. Armku is just fine. Running forward now, very, very hungry. Ready to put an end to this game number 1. And can you believe it? It's only game number 1 between these two teams. Don't think we expected a whole bunch from IAPH, but what a banger of a game to start this series. Armku will slay that dragon, and GG is called as the Ancient falls. Mongolz take a very, very hard-fought game number 1.
Closer than it needed to be, I felt. Man, IP, it's just them at this point. It's just the way they play. They play for lanes, and you know they want their cores to scale.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're more of a pick damage team than like care about stuns.
True. How many deaths Jotun gonna have this game, you reckon? The Ogre's a fair bit tankier than the Lich.
Hold on, let me think. I'm gonna go with 5.
5?
Yeah. I think IP is gonna own the early game, and he's gonna have Solar Crest, and it's gonna be really hard to kill him because the damage coming out from Mongolz is pretty lackluster until later on.
Actually, you're kind of right. If Dawnbreaker doesn't have a good lane, they don't really have a lot of damage on their team, huh?
Yeah, I also feel like this Dawn is like, how do you itemize this game? Do you want eggs? Do you actually want to eggs out your Medusa? I don't know. Don't you want to scale? But also, how do you scale into Timber, Monkey, TA? It's not very straightforward to me.
Or some Dawnbreakers get Radiance. Don't know whether that's a meme.
I think it's okay this game if you have a good start, but if you're playing from behind, you're just gonna continue to feed. Timber kinda owns you. Now, how do they kill Timber until Dusa is like way more farmed? Like Ember doesn't really do much to you, neither does Dawn, Magnus. I guess Pugna does deal with you somewhat.
Okay, so here's the question. If we get to the later stage of the game, are Mongolz sort of, I guess, the clear winners there? Is that their plan? Do they need to try and slow the game down to a crawl and try and wait out IAPH? Like what? Sorry, IAP. What's the plan here?
IP definitely want to play with pace, right? I think they're strong lanes and they have a lot of go with the Monkey King. Of course, they can slow down and just hold lanes. I feel like bot lane should be pretty TA favorite, and mid lane obviously Monkey favorite. So don't let the supports change the matchups for you, because you have good core matchups right now. And we've also seen what IAP do with his Timber, right? They just stack Ancients, get him to clear a stack. Might even see like one aura item early on. I think like let's say he gets a pipe early. Like Kaya pipe is something he went for earlier. Like how do they fight through that? It's buff your monkey, Bloodlust, Solar Crest, pipe on top. It's Diffusal monkey, go for some SNY possibly. Doesn't really need BKB this game.
Goodness.
I think the problem for me that I'm seeing is that this monkey, that is really the question. How do you kill him? He is going to always be able to get the Wukongs off and maybe a Jingu as well. You just need maybe 1 or 2 defensive items on your supports and be fine and dandy. And into game number 2 here, Mongolz 1 game away from knocking out IAP, but IAP not gonna go down with a fight as we've seen in that game number 1. And DCMG back on a way more comfortable hero for himself, Timbersaw.
Kishka gonna start the lane pretty low as well, eating 2 Mels. Does get a reward.
I guess better you eat the melts than your Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, Blood
Yes.
Grenade thrown too, so... I was wrong about this monkey. Definitely needs MQ because you can be skewered out of Wukong, right? I think that's like one way to lose.
True. Why is he bald on Yona? Did he like...
Had a haircut, man.
He's clean shaven. What the hell?
Mod Yatoro.
Yeah, true, kind of. Let's celebrate Yatoro's return, I guess. I don't know. Are we interested in watching this mid lane at all? I mean, the matchup should be pretty straightforward. I think Yona is gonna come out on top.
I think Bob's doing pretty well
easily.
with the way he messed up the wave. He like managed to push the first wave in. Yona obviously pulled the creeps away from tower, but Bob will get quite a few CS here. Bottle on the way.
This is the type of lane where you need to ask for help. Like, are you sort of expecting the supports from Mongolz to come in and rotate and try and punish Yona, or do you think it's just kind of a lost cause?
I think going for rune is important and playing with the Solar Guardian is important.
Okay. Keep our eyes out for some of these support rotations coming in at the 4 and 6 minute mark. Now JG is fine. It seems like there's some shenanigans afoot with Kishka blocking the small camp. I just look to pull some of the waves as well because I can't imagine that the Dawnbreaker and Magnus really want to interact much with this duo.
Skewer, level 2, Jet Baby.
That is a very nice timing. Jotun doesn't have a stun because he's still level 1. He's a bit of a slow fella, takes a while to learn, and they take full advantage of that. So much for not wanting to interact, they just kill her.
Yeah, that's a mistake on their part for sure. I think they just need the Ogre to have stun or TS to have boots and not get skewered. That's literally the only way she dies.
Now, Jotun has sort of expressed a bit more of a leaning towards what we see here, going for that level 3 Bloodlust instead of the... Oh, no. Alright. Well, he can TP back out to safety. They're not really going to bother with trying to interrupt him there. They know that it's not worth the time. But again, more creep shenanigans afoot here with JG pulling it back to his tower. So they'll be fine. Meanwhile, top lane, Castaway doing a good job just out-trading this Lion right now.
Yeah, Pugna's king of this lane. 2v1. Definitely can bully you down. But I don't think they mind. I think every time he plays this Timbersaw, he kind of loses his lane anyway. 1 point in reactive armor.
They kind of play it in a way that just puts DCMG on a little bit of an island. Meanwhile, KT just starts rotating to the mid lane, starts prepping the stacks, and
Look at
play
him
for the
go,
recovery more for than the lane.
denying the bounty rune from Bob. I think this is really important.
Oh, nicely done.
You need to take the one down there too. He shows on the Watcher though. I don't really like that. I think he should have just left it. Because the Watcher doesn't really see the rune. And now Bob knows like, oh, Lion's been there.
So he's not going to waste the time to walk up, right?
Yeah.
It's part of the mental damage. Let a skewer come out. You get him on the cliff again.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, Jotun.
See, it's not that I want to hit, but... How has this happened to you twice, you know?
Yeah, and now he can't even bring the items to himself because now he just has to wait for this courier to go back to base, buy a TP scroll, and he's just gonna be up here on this cliff for the next, what? 1.5 minutes?
I don't know. Think about your mistakes.
Guys, Jotun check real quick. Casey, can you bring us over there? I want to stare at this ogre and laugh at him. Look at this dummy. Look at this dummy.
He has a drill. He can break the cliff below him.
I don't know about that. He doesn't seem to be considering it at all. He just kind of pocket his little booty up here. Still doesn't have the TP coming in. His courier is walking.
They're
Look at
chasing
that
TA,
courier.
guys, on the right.
Oh,
Focus up, Mike.
oh.
Stop distracting the observer.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Jet baby has the melt.
That's a bit
Can't
off.
really juke though, and still another refraction. They don't have the hammer fire. This is awkward. Still will get the kill though. Look at that ogre.
He's down.
What has he done in the past 1 minute?
Meanwhile, Castaway. Messing with the stacks. I like this a lot. I think this is super huge. Because he knows he's stronger than the Lion. He's just playing in here. He has a nice ward that lets him just kind of come in. And Timber can't really chase him out. So the little counter to the... Oh no, Jotun. No way, right?
Yeah, don't, please, brother. Brother, don't let him do it to you again.
Face boots for Dawn, JG. Profiting off the first blood. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Yona is cooking Bob right now.
Yeah, expected, right? I mean, this is the sort of tough Monkey King matchup. Last pick, Yona.
Bob will be forced to go back home. I would like to see him collapse mid. If he knows this Ember goes home, like just pop a smoke or come in, like 2 supports.
Yeah, I thought we were going to expect maybe the Mongol supports to be the one coming.
We missed that one.
Skew. Uh-oh, Skewer missed as well. JG might just be
Castaway
dead.
is here.
Castaway is here to try and help, but it's just gonna scare them away.
That's gonna deny Bob's rune though. Both supports not
Yeah.
there, so
And you talked about what you wanted to see. We wanted to see some help for Bob. Maybe Castaway and Kishka could have rotated over and helped him out, but now an AD rune for Yona. TP bot from the Lion. Meanwhile, they've circled top. They're looking for an engagement down here. Only level 2 on PT though. A try onto the TA, but it's a bit of a trap there.
oh, we missed
Nice
the melt.
little dodge. He missed us the melt. JG should be fine. The Nether Wart doing a lot of damage, but in comes Yona.
Yona's
Boundless
here.
strike. Easy kill. Supports need to retreat now. Castaway. Enough movement speed to trot on out of there, but nice rotation from the Monkey King.
Bob's running over as well. I think he wants to snipe off Katie. It looks like he will easily find the kill.
Couple of freebies. Ember Spirit Remnant back to the mid lane. Very nicely done. Not too bad here from Bob.
Top lane, Amku just chilling, top of the net worth. Pretty free lane up here. Castaway still going back to bot. So just want to play away from the Dusa. Try to chase the TA whenever they can. Drag
Yeah, I mean,
pressure
not like-
away from the Ember Spirit. I think that's like a big goal, right? It's like if we pressure bot first, you can't pressure mid.
That's true. Kind of force a couple more TPs from Yona down here as well. Just make the Monkey King a bit uncomfortable. I mean, Yona's having a swallow time, right? You were talking about how this Monkey King's default build is going to be the Maelstrom. Is that still good this game? I think
Diffusal,
we were
right? For
Talking
sure.
about a diffusal, right?
I think you definitely go Diffusal. I'm not sure what he'll choose to go for. I think it's a player preference, but I think at some point you want Diffusal in your build.
Yeah. Maelstrom seems to be the item queued up for Yona here, so a bit more stock standard, maybe Diffusal afterwards.
It's not like he's weak with the Maelstrom. I think it's perfectly fine.
Allows him to farm as well in a way that the Diffusal doesn't.
That is true. Is this a farming Monkey King game though? I'm not too sure. It feels very like, let's go fight, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, KD.
Oh, they cut off KD. Nice hex though.
Bob?
DCMG, the target. Timber Chain away. They want to focus down this Timber Saw. They should be able to get him with that last Mystic Stake. Armku getting the kill. Honestly, not too sure how DCMG lets that happen because he was just kind of positioned in a very aggressive spot. And Armku just auto-attacks him down.
Yeah, he needs to go further up, I think. This is like you're kind of in the middle where it's easy to run to you, right? But if you're towards the top side, even if he will chase you, it's like so far.
Yeah.
KD also only level 3 on the Lion right now. Kinda worried for this Lion. Very
I
dependent
mean, when somebody
on the...
clears the stacks, he's gonna get quite a decent dose of EXP, but the problem is whether Castaway is actually gonna allow him to do that. In comes DCMG with that level 6. This is the recovery injection that they gave him in that game they were successful. Look at the net worth, back up to reasonable territories now. Oh, GG.
Gets the
Was there a
lane.
collapse mid onto Yona?
It does
Okay,
seem that way.
first Solar Guardian of the game, I think. Bob just probably going in, chaining him up and getting the kill. Very nicely done.
Yeah, this is the move that they had to be ready for. It. We were talking about it. The only way to really kill the Monkey King, and Bob is kind of recovering right now. All the supports are the one that feels like they're kind of losing out. KD low level, Jotun spent most of his laning phase on the cliff.
That's away in some trouble. Trying to buy himself time with the Decrepify. He'll try and return the kill onto the Ogre, successful in doing
get a
so.
Hex.
Does
He's
Bob
level
have a
6.
Remnant?
He has
The
no mana
Hex,
though.
still no Remnant. Okay, he's out.
And if he had
Fortunately, the
mana for
rune does
Finger-
spawn in the top lane, and that regen would have been perfect for him. Of course, he should be able to get a nice little refill if Castaway comes back to the mid lane. So,
So I just said he
problem.
had no levels, and suddenly Lion's level 6 at mid lane. What the hell? He was like level 3.
of death. Yeah, he just got a big dose of levels, I guess, from that kill onto Castaway. More chase. More fighting. Non-stop. Nice Earth Spike onto 2. Finger
There's
of
the
Death.
finger.
The heal isn't enough. That's what we were waiting for. We wanted those support levels and we're gonna get them. And here comes the go, go, go from IAP. Yona feeling very, very strong here. Forcing back the forces of the Mongolz. They're looking to capitalize on this catapult in the mid lane.
A nice rotation, catapult timing as well. DCMG, he knows he doesn't really... Not much point staying up here. He wants to connect to these kills. Really strong with his levels.
Jet Baby's honestly doing fine, but I think, you know, every time I watch a Medusa, there's this sort of a concept I like to call the Medusa metric. If the Medusa is farming and she's still on top of the net worth, no matter how much the rest of your team is dying or not doing the best, you still have that Medusa to rely on. And it feels like in this late game, she's gonna be a real threat that they can't really deal with. They're gonna try and focus down the Dawnbreaker in the bot lane. Mass TP is coming out, but no way for JG to survive. Nice move there. But again, I mean, you get that kill. In comes the rest of Mongolz here, trying to threaten a little bit. But yeah, I mean, look at the Medusa. She's just chilling.
I don't like that this Medusa is having such a free time, because I think once Manta Star comes out, Amku's gonna accelerate like way further than anyone. Oh, TP bot lane.
The
Do you
Medusa's
really wanna
TPing
TP
bot
here?
lane. Yeah, thinks twice about it. Would have been a bit difficult for a team to wrap around there. Maybe just want to play the Solar Guardian, but by the time the Dawnbreaker comes in, it probably would have been too late. So, might just have to forfeit this bot lane tower. Dawnbreaker's trying to come through to defend it now.
They will get a
pressure.
trade mid lane though. Castaway is blasting away down here.
STP is coming in. They don't want to trade.
Oh,
They want to
indie
fight
run on
Jet,
Bob.
baby. And get this TA, who's bit out of
Intel?
line there. Shockwave pulling him in. Nice double boundless strike. And they get the kill. They need an
looks
RP.
awful
Just
for
gets the
IP.
level 6 though. And lands an RP onto 2. Solar Guardian coming in. Crashing down on the Monkey King and the Ogre. And they get that kill. Yona has the Jingu, but in comes Amku through the twin gates. Bob forced to retreat though, but Yona just being clicked down by Amku. This Medusa is having a free lane and a couple of bonus kills to boot. Level 10 already on the Medusa, and looking at this Lion now. Kishka will land a nice skewer. DCMG sliding through
Bob's
and
here.
killing off the Magnus though. But Bob rejoining the fight. One slash down through to the Timber.
Oh, Bob might
Up
die here.
onto the high ground he goes. Bob is fine. Bob is A-okay. Another slice, another kill. DCMG goes down and Castaway is the one to get that kill. Nice series of events there in what is essentially a team wipe. Mongolz take a huge fight.
Yeah, I think it was pretty illegal that JG got to cast his Starbreaker there in front of the Lion. I don't think it would have changed that much, but Jet Baby definitely could have done a bit more damage before he went down there if KD managed to stop it. Yeah, nice fight,
fact that-
big RP, big Dawn out.
Dude, both these cores on Mongolz were able to sort of back up after using their spells and come in with their ults again. Like, Bob remnanted away, got a rune, came back in, cleaned up. Same thing for JG with that Solar Guardian. It's just everything lining up Mongolz right now. At 1k gold lead, this Medusa's looking nasty.
That was also a fight without Wukong, right? Because they used it earlier.
Yeah.
And I am pretty concerned for IP right now. I feel like this Medusa is having way too great of a game.
I feel like with a TA, you always want to try and opt for these early Roshas, but doesn't even feel like you're in a position to. This TA, not even at the Deso just yet, at the 14-minute mark.
JG.
What a way better fight. Uh-oh, JG step up upon. He will just settle for the tower. Can't even get the last hit. Kishka has to try and run away, but the full collapse of IAP not willing to go down for free here in this bot lane. Castaway will go down. Ends up being 3 members killed off on Mongolz. But again, Adam, the Medusa metric, this little snake lady is still farming up undisturbed up here.
I think it's not so bad if you're killing other heroes and getting map. I think I would like Medusa to have died at least once, or at least I want him to try and make a move towards the Dusa. You know, now that Manta's out, it's a bit harder for sure. There's also Solar Guardian on top to protect. Oh, hold on.
Head up on mid, enter IAP, mid laner. Here comes the Solar Guardian and an easy other kill onto Yona. It's just too easy, it seems like. Every time the Solar Guardian is up, they can just crush that Monkey King underfoot.
And that seems to have been the game plan so far. 1 out, 1 death. Bob Radiant's queued up, okay. Mage Slayer into Radiance. I respect it. Against TA, against Monkey. I can kind of see the purpose of it. I've seen a lot of...
Bob's mostly fine in these fights, right?
Yeah, he's been playing really well. I mean, you have to try harder, right? After you all chat mid diff.
True. You can't let him come back in game number 2 and all chat you back. That would be embarrassing.
Bit of a skirmish going on.
No, it's just the usual Jotun death. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, we just accepted this at this point. What's his death counter? I said
Where
6,
is he
right?
at? No, you said 5.
I said 5?
We're
Okay.
getting pretty close there.
Do I get to change my answer now?
No? How did... What? Where does that ever...
Nah, I'm just asking, just checking. Wukong forced out.
Imagine you do an exam and then you change your answer at the last... Like, what?
I
talking
I
about?
don't like that Yona is the one clearing out this mid wave, because I feel like every time the chains come out, he's like so scared for his life.
Yeah. You just pop the Wukongs basically there, right? Just to save his own life.
Yeah, because what happens if Skura comes out or RP comes out? And Kishka is pretty close to the dagger. Also, Bob has been getting every rune for free. I think that's like...
Yeah.
That is not allowed. Not every rune. Maybe some runes.
Almost every. Jotun?
He's fine. I think.
Is he though?
I don't know. If he walks out, maybe.
He didn't even need to walk up.
Gonna
He's
stun
being
the
walked
Pokemon.
down right now.
Nope, he's just not gonna stun Pokemon. Alright, death number 4. Still hoping to change my answer.
Dude, we were talking about the cold ass lines that were coming out from Invoker, right? Like whoever stands against me stands briefly. Did you hear what Ember just said to Olga? 2 hit, 0 insight. My god.
He ain't wrong though.
That's cold.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a
Goodbye,
pretty
my
lucky Boundless Strike, but it's not gonna salvage his life here. Nice little Gorgon's Grasp. Gets the kill onto Yona. This Monkey King has been exterminated from the map non-stop. Everywhere he shows, he's just getting caught out.
Yeah, I don't like that he's just playing this like very farming role. I mean, if you want to play his way by short, you know. I think this Gleipnir is cool on paper, but Mjolnir is just a better item. That's why we don't see these Gleipnir monkeys anymore. Castaway.
Trying to commit mid lane here onto Castaway. The Finger of Death will finish off the Pugna. They weren't able to save their support and captain there. Ishka in the wings though with the Blink Dagger could try for a skewer back, but IP happy with what they got so far and they'll just back up.
JG is pretty close to the Aghanims and Butterfly's coming out on Medusa soon, so...
Oh my goodness.
That's,
Dude, this Dusa is so fat. What the hell?
yeah, I mean, TA did quite a good job catching up, honestly. They're pretty close in net worth considering how free a game Amku has had. Jet baby, but this is a game where you want MKB before fighting. Butterfly, Dawn Eggs, and Radiance. That's like hella evasion, right? Against the double physical damage.
Not to mention the Gossamer's Cape, so no matter what the first hit is, it's gonna
that's
be a
true.
miss.
Dude, this is TA's bane of existence. I
Yeah,
swear
literally
whoever invented this item hates TA.
Yeah, I was like, screw this hero in particular.
Melt it, lol.
I mean, the problem is that the TA really doesn't want to build the MKB. She needs so many other items. So Amku is continuing to, or at least position himself in a way that IAP just don't deal with him for now.
Yep, we see IAP kind of grouping in the mid lane right now. They need to be aware, they can't really just straight up hit the tower because Bob's gonna poke at them. This is JG's Aghanim's fight too. Cast away.
Also DCMG's Aghanim's fight.
Oh, that's true, that's why he's in front.
Put on a lot of pressure onto Castaway. Nether ward. Talking
Kishka
about
was
the
in.
damage back. Here
Oh, the
comes
hex.
Kishka. Instant hex though. Solar Guardian coming in to try and bail him out. He doesn't go down for now. They finish off the Lion, and meanwhile, look at that Wukong's command. What an awkward placement. They're trying to hunt down the
Jet Baby
TA on
in
the sidelines.
trouble.
Just the full focus onto Jet Baby. No one to help, and the RP onto the Timber. No more Aghanims means you go down. DCMG gets the kill onto Kishka.
No way he lives, right?
No
Oh,
way he
wrong
lives.
tree,
He's
my
gonna
brother.
try. Wrong tree. The hammer's gonna clip him. And DCMG goes down. The voice line completely understandable. I wouldn't be too happy about that situation as well. Just a completely misread Monkey King ultimate. He thought Mongolz were gonna go towards the north, but you just see the TA and homing missile in.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward. I feel like once you drop Wukong's, the fight's kind of over. It's just Bob's playground. Tunnel visions on the TA, his team's coming in. There's no real counterplay anymore. Even with the beautiful hex from KD onto Magnus, stopping the skewer back. Still, the fight was so Mongol's favorite.
Really, really nice stuff so far from Mongolz. Playing their draft to perfection. Not about IAP having a good shot in this series, but Mongolz very quickly closing the door, proving that that game number 1 was just a little bit of mercy, maybe just a bit of a warm-up.
Cast away. Will eventually
And not much
go
you
down.
can do about that one.
Oh, big deny. Do this to some.
CMG needs to get the hell out of here. The
Yeah.
rest of Mongols are collapsing it.
More of a farm sim going on. Yona, a bit hard for him to find fights. Bob has caught up in net worth, so pretty close to Monkey King. How's Jet Baby doing? What's he have queued up? Hurricane Pike. Almost complete. Might go down beforehand though if he's not too careful.
Smoked out, but smells something is amiss. Nobody being seen on the map at all, and
Gonna die. He has no dagger.
I don't know about that blink on the high ground. No dagger. And just use the RP immediately.
Oh man,
Jet
that's
Baby out.
painful death. I say death, but
Oh.
blink soon.
No. Doesn't really matter when you clip yourself like that. Very, very awkward. Meanwhile, mid lane, they try and jump cast away again. Is this really the fight that you can take? You will just save him. Gleipnir holds you inside the Wukong though, and you at least get the support. But look at the movement from Mongols. They are coming in and they are angry.
Bob is here.
Looking for their targets. Bob is in fact here. DCMG will actually submit himself. They hex
nice
up Bob.
hex.
Oh, they might be able to finish off the Ember Spirit. Very nice plays. That's a monster kill streak. And Aumku can't really help his allies out.
Manta's on
So
cooldown.
watch yourself now.
Is this it?
More Stone Gaze.
No RP, no Solar
Wukong's
Guardian.
command not being used. Kishka being found on the backlines. Yona doing a
Two-man
good job
stun.
skirting around. Beautiful double man. Stun from Kiti. And Aumku still on the front lines with that butterfly. Can't be dealt with for now. JG will come in with the hammer and knock down the timber.
Jotun doing Jotun things. Yep.
Jotun doing Jotun things, and Yona still trying to do what he can to pick off the backline, but
He's
Aumku
so
not
low.
giving them a chance.
Nah, he ain't really that low. Yona wanted no piece of that Medusa. He was like running around completely trying to kill like people around him, and DCMG is like, nah, I'm fine, and just dies to do so.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen a monkey in the wild before, but when there are snakes on the ground, you stay up in the trees. No one wants to be bitten like that, and Aumku looking very, very terrifying. They just continue to find this TA in the fights, and it's a very difficult affair for IAP when their carry is so far behind. I mean, you look at the gold and you can say, yes, it's, you know, just a 3k gold difference, but it just feels like this TA hasn't really been part of the game.
I I mean, he wasn't even part of that fight, right? It went so well for IAP at the start until the last 2 deaths. Mongolz look like they will angle towards Roche here. If Yoda can set up in the pit beforehand. No, it looks like they want to set up on Castaway instead, but there is a ward.
He's TPing out. And there's there's an AD rune. Like, Bob is going to be so happy to fight the heroes presenting themselves.
Yona
Show himself on the wave there.
didn't like the flag bearer creep very much.
Yeah. Screw that guy.
He's so close to BKB too. They don't want this fight. They need a bit more time. Mongolz, they will take a gate to the top side where Roshan will be, and maybe even a free Timbersaw kill?
Oh no. Yeah, okay. Alright. DCMG. Gorgon's grab save till the end there, and he pops. You can just walk into the Roche, right? I mean, what can IP even do?
I guess from KD, he's trying to set up on the Dawn now. They're looking for him. If he is gonna see him possibly.
Well, they see the hammer fire, but don't spot the Dawn herself, so... I mean, the only play they can make is set up on the Dawn, right? So that mid ward, as our observer is pointing out, probably caught some suspicious movements. JG reads
Sorry,
it
did
like
he
a
just
book.
buy an AC? No, he bought BKB. Okay, he had an AC queued up and I saw his gold just go to 0.
That would definitely be an interesting purchase. Roshan picked up by Omku. They're trying to trade it out at least for the Tormentor, the TA trying to solo that.
You
Then
say
maybe
trade,
we'll
but
find that.
can they get their own Tormentor?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, at least they've traded the Roche for 1 Tormentor so far. I think that's more accurate.
That is accurate. Kishka already setting up. Look at him. Ward, he wants to get a fight here. Amku so close to Skadi. He's gonna have it after this. And is there really anything stopping them from hitting high ground here?
I don't think so. I mean, me personally, I don't think so. Skadi basically complete as long as he walks to the secret shop over there.
Mid lane there. Okay. Nope.
They're just trying to split push the creeps. Mongolz looking for any stragglers. Eat the creep alive with Decrepify. All very nice stuff. Amku able to tank it up.
Power Solar Crest.
Damn. Alright. Amku's very, very happy. Now onto the high ground. Still has the second life available. Rest of the team just waiting in the wings.
This guy's
Nothing.
so quick.
Yeah. Medusa doing so much damage with that Butterfly Skadi Manta timing.
They're keeping back now. I think it's a little too late though, my friends on IAP.
I mean, Yona might try for a wrap around Monkey King out, but he has to be careful about all these other Mongolz heroes waiting in the wings. They don't even go in. IAP just basically lose a Rax for free and they don't trade a single thing for it.
They really want this MKB on Jet Baby. I think that's like the only one item they're waiting for, and then they have to try and find a fight.
Yeah.
If BKB on Monkey King, close to the shard too, if they can wait it out a little more. They need vision. They need to find the Magnus, I think. That's like a big kill. Castaway and Magnus are...
Smoke out, finding a big wraparound angle there, looking for the back lines. Maybe they're making...
Dawnbreaker?
Are they running to...
My friend, you have a second lane
Guys.
of Rags.
IP, your base, guys. Glyph is gonna come out. I mean, something's up. If you're Mongols, you gotta know something's up because nobody is showing. DCMG is there, but you don't catch sight of Yona at all. Amku can just take this Rex for free.
I mean, JG
and honestly, yeah, props to JG because he knows something's up. DCMG on the front lines goes up to cancel that Aghanim's. Jotun's back in as well, but Skewer back out. Yona, Wukong's on the back line, holding them in place and gets the support for now. Castaway can buy back into this fight. The KT's gonna go down as well to Bob. Stonegaze holding the Monkey King in place, but the Jingu doing a lot of lifesteal. Amku doesn't have any mana anymore, but still has damage to fight into DCMG. Jet Baby able to make it to the high ground, but this is a dive back on the Timber if he's not careful. Jet Baby's doing a lot of damage, but it's not enough to cut anyone down. Bob immediately buys back after dying to that TA. How much gas do you have left in the tank here? Messy, messy stuff altogether, but still, Mongo's able to pull it through. And Amku doesn't so much as lose that first life.
Don't need gas when the petrol station is bought back. Castaway just gives Amku back all his mana. Bob buys back the fight too. Dude, Jet Baby hurts with this MKB. I saw him punch into JG and Bob. So much damage, but just not enough.
Okay. Tries to take down Kishka.
Oh,
Jet,
what a
baby.
shockwave! It stopped his pike.
I don't know about that one. The TA is gonna go down, and she doesn't have buyback. Yona might be back in the fray now, but without the Wukongs, how are you gonna try and take this fight? He's waiting around in the trees, but like you said, Castaway, the gas station himself, a GG is called. That's it. IAP are done in this close qualifiers as Mongolz are able to trample them and go ahead with a 2-0 to face off against the winner of Kukuis and Aurora.
Man, what a game. Pretty clean from Mongolz. Onku had the dream game.